Ha'azinu. First reading, Abraham, Chesed. Give ear, you heavens, and I will speak, and let the earth hear the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender grass, and as the showers upon the herb. For I will proclaim the name of the Lord, ascribe greatness to our God. The rock, his work is perfect, for all his ways are justice. A God of faithfulness and without iniquity, just and right is he. Is corruption his? No, his children's are the blemish, a generation crooked and perverse. Do you thus requite the Lord, foolish people and unwise? Is not he your father that has bought you? Has he not made you and established you? Ha'azinu. Second reading, Isaac, Gevurah. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask your father, and he will declare to you, your elders, and they will tell you. When the Most High gave to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the children of men, he set the borders of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the portion of the Lord is his people, Jacob the lot of his inheritance. He found him in a desert land, in the wasteland, a howling wilderness. He encircled him, he cared for him, he kept him as the apple of his eye. As an eagle that stirs up her nest, hovers over her young, spreading her wings, taking them, bearing them on her wings. The Lord alone led him, and there was no strange God with him. Ha'azinu. Third reading, Jacob, Tiferet. He made him ride on the high places of the earth, and he did eat the produce of the field, and he made him draw honey out of the rock, and oil from the flinty rock, curd of the cattle, and milk of the sheep, the fat of the lambs and rams of the breed of Bashan, and male goats with the choicest of wheat, and of the blood of the grape you drank foaming wine. But Yeshurun grew fat and kicked. You grew fat, you grew thick. You have become obese. And he forsook God who made him, and scornfully esteemed the rock of his salvation. They roused him to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations they provoked him. They sacrificed to demons, no gods, gods that they knew not, new gods that came up of late, which your fathers did not dread. Of the rock who begot you, you were unmindful, and did forget the God that bore you. Ha'azinu. Fourth reading, Moses, Netzach. And the Lord saw and spurned, because of the provoking of his sons and his daughters. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be. For they are a very perverse generation, children in whom there is no faithful. They have roused me to jealousy with a no God. They have provoked me with their vanities, and I will rouse them to jealousy with a no people. I will provoke them with a vile nation. For a fire is kindled in my nostril, and burns to the depths of the nether world, and devours the earth with her produce, and sets ablaze the foundations of the mountains. I will heap evils upon them. I will spend my arrows upon them, the wasting of hunger, and the devouring of the fiery bolt, and bitter destruction, and the teeth of beasts will I send upon them, with the venom of crawling things of the dust. The sword shall destroy outside, and in the chambers terror, slaying both young man and virgin, the suckling with the man of gray hairs. I thought I would make an end of them. I would make their memory cease from among men. Had I not dreaded the enemy's provocation, lest their adversaries should misunderstand, lest they should say, "Our hand is exalted, and not the Lord has wrought all this." For they are a nation void of counsel, and there is no understanding in them. Ha-azinu, fifth reading, Aaron, Hod. If they were wise, they would understand this. They would consider their latter end. How could one chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight, unless their rock had given them over and the Lord had delivered them up? For their rock is not as our rock, even our enemies themselves being judges. For their vine is of the vine of Sodom and of the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of gall. Their clusters are bitter. Their wine is the venom of serpents and the cruel poison of cobras. Is not this laid up in store with me, sealed up in my treasuries? Vengeance is mine, and recompense. Their foot shall slip in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that are to come upon them shall make haste. For the Lord will judge his people, and repent himself for his servants, when he sees that their power is gone, and there is no one remaining, shut up or left at large. And it is said, "Where are their gods, the rock in whom they trusted, who ate the fat of their sacrifices, and drank the wine of their drink offering?" Let him rise up and help you. Let him be your protection. See now that I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, and I make alive. I have wounded, and I heal, and there is no one that can deliver out of my hand. Ha-azinu, sixth reading, Joseph, Yesod. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, as I live forever, if I whet my glittering sword, and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to my adversaries, and will repay those that hate me. I will make my arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, with the blood of the slain and the captives, from the long-haired heads of the enemy. Sing aloud, you nations of his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants, and will render vengeance to his adversaries, and will make atonement for the land of his people. Ha-azinu, seventh reading, David, Malchut. And Moses came and spoke all the words of this song in the ears of the people, he and Hoshea, the son of Nun. And when Moses finished speaking all these words to all Israel, he said to them, "Set your heart on all the words which I testify against you this day, that you may charge your children to observe to do all the words of this law. For it is not a futile thing for you, because it is your life, and through this thing you shall prolong your days upon the land which you cross over the Jordan to possess." Ha-azinu, Maftio. And the Lord spoke to Moses that same day, saying, "Go up into this mountain of Abarim, to Mount Nebo, which is in the land of Moab, across from Jericho, and view the land of Canaan, which I give to the children of Israel for a possession, and die on the mountain which you ascend, and be gathered to your people, as Aaron your brother died on Mount Hor and was gathered to his people. Because you trespassed against me among the children of Israel at the waters of Meribat Kadesh, in the wilderness of Tzin, because you did not sanctify me among the children of Israel. For you shall see the land from afar, but you shall not go there into the land which I give the children of Israel." Haftarah of Ha-azinu, 2 Samuel 22, 1 through 51. And David spoke to the Lord the words of this song on the day that the Lord delivered him out of the hand of all his enemies, and out of the hand of Saul. And he said, The Lord is my rock, and my fortress, and my deliverer, the God who is my rock. In him I take refuge, my shield, and my horn of salvation, my stronghold, and my refuge, my Savior. You save me from violence. Praised, I cry, is the Lord, and I am saved from my enemies. For the waves of death surrounded me. The floods of Belial made me afraid. The sorrows of Sheol surrounded me. The snares of death confronted me. In my distress I called upon the Lord, and I called to my God. And out of his temple he heard my voice, and my cry entered his ears. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations of heaven quaked and were shaken, because he was angry. Smoke arose up in his nostrils, and fire out of his mouth did devour. Coals flamed forth from him. He bowed the heavens also, and came down, and thick darkness was under his feet. And he rode upon a cherub and flew, and he was seen upon the wings of the wind. And he made darkness canopies around him, gathering of waters, thick clouds of the skies. At the brightness before him, coals of fire flamed forth. The Lord thundered from heaven, and the Most High gave forth his voice. And he sent out arrows and scattered them, lightning bolts and vanquished them. And the channels of the sea appeared. The foundations of the world were laid bare by the rebuke of the Lord. At the blast of the breath of his nostrils, he sent from above. He took me. He drew me out of many waters. He delivered me from my enemy most strong, from those who hated me, for they were too mighty for me. They confronted me in the day of my calamity, but the Lord was a support to me. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me, because he delighted in me. The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness. According to the cleanness of my hands has he recompensed me. For I have kept the ways of the Lord, and have not wickedly departed from my God. For all his ordinances were before me, and as for his statutes, I did not depart from them. And I was single-hearted toward him, and I kept myself from my iniquity. Therefore the Lord has recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to my cleanness in his eyes. With the merciful you do show yourself merciful. With the upright man you do show yourself upright. With the pure you do show yourself pure, and with the crooked you do show yourself subtle. And the afflicted people you do save, but your eyes are upon the haughty, that you may humble them. For you are my lamp, Lord, and the Lord does lighten my darkness. For by you I run upon a troop. By my God I can scale a wall. As for God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is proven. He is a shield to all those that take refuge in him. For who is God except the Lord? And who is a rock save our God? The God who is my strong fortress, and who lets my way go forth straight. Who makes my feet like the feet of deer, and sets me on my high places. Who trains my hands for war, so that my arms can bend a bow of brass. You have also given me your shield of salvation, and your gentleness has made me great. You have enlarged my steps under me, and my feet have not slipped. I have pursued my enemies and destroyed them. I did not turn back till they were destroyed, and I have destroyed them and smitten them through, that they cannot rise, and they have fallen under my feet. For you have armed me with strength for the battle. You have subdued under me those who rose up against me. You have also made my enemies turn their backs to me, and those who hate me that I might cut them off. They looked, but there was none to save, even to the Lord, but he did not answer them. Then I beat them small as the dust of the earth. I stamped them as the dirt of the streets, and tread them down. You also have delivered me from the strivings of my people. You have kept me as the head of the nations. A people whom I have not known serve me. The sons of the stranger dwindle away before me. As soon as they hear of me, they obey me. The sons of the stranger fade away, and come frightened from their hideouts. The Lord lives, and blessed be my rock, and exalted be the God, my rock of salvation. It is the God that executes vengeance for me, and brings down people under me, and that brings me forth from mine enemies. And you lift me up above those who rise up against me. You deliver me from the violent man. Therefore I will give thanks to you, Lord, among the nations, and will sing praises to your name. A tower of salvation is he to his king, and shows mercy to his anointed, to David and to his seed forevermore.